بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome all of you, wherever you are. I welcome you again with your program in the explanation of the Quran, and today with the series of explaining Surah. The explain of the 40 Nawawi. And today we are with this hadith, this beautiful hadith that is authenticated by two Sheikh al-Bukhari and Muslim. Amir al-Mu'mineen, the prince of the believers, Umar ibn al-Khattab, said that I heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, indeed, all deeds depends on the intention, and for every person he gets what he intended to. For whomever is migration to Allah and His Messenger, then his migration to Allah and His Messenger. And whomever migrated for something in this life, or a woman that he want to get married to, then he migrated to whatever he intended to. We have said that this is in the highest level of authentication. Both Al-Bukhari and Muslim agreed on its authenticity and verification. Imam Al-Bukhari is the one who started his book with it. The Al-Bukhari, he started his book with this hadith, and he put it as the highest level, and that every action does not seek in Allah's face has no fruit, no good for it, not in this life nor in the hereafter. This hadith is one of the hadith that is the pillar of this religion. Ash-Sha'ri used to say this. Shafi'i used to say this goes into 70 parts of fiqh, and it's 1/3 of Islam, or 1/3 of the knowledge. And Imam Muhammad used to say the principles of Islam on 3 hadith. The hadith of Umar, indeed all matters depends on the intention, and the hadith of Aisha, whoever invaded in our matter, he's not among us, it's written. And the one from Nawawi ibn Ashish, that the permissible are clear and the forbidden are clear to the end of the hadith. So on this one, it's very clear. The religion is to start with the permissible and forbidden, and stay away from the things that are doubtful. But so this one will be accepted with Allah Azza wa Jal, you have to have 2 conditions. The first one is intended with the action is according to the Sunnah. The second thing, that it will be intended completely to Allah Azza wa Jal. So the hadith show what is clear, and the other one is go to the exposed, but the hadith of Umar to both, to the inner one. So Islam is built into 3 pillars of what is exposed and what is hidden, which is the intention to Allah Azza wa Jal. And Abu Ubaid, he said, the Prophet ﷺ gathered all the matter here after. He said, whomever started in our religion from what's not from our religion, is returned back to him. And there's life in one, indeed, that the deeds are with the depends on the intention. One important issue that this hadith is. So what is what that is strange? One narrator said, either in one even or in one, and this strange in the beginning. He did not narrate on the Prophet except Umar ibn Khattab. And on Alqamah ibn Qaf. Yahya bin Sa'id al-Ansari, and then it became famous. But it is very famous toward the end. It's what is narrated by three or more, unless it's like the Tawahamig, it's new for each person. So start with the hadith. Indeed, the deeds are with the good deeds, with the intention. Indeed, is to gather that it is validation and this acceptance. It depends on the intention and will not be accepted by Allah except with the intention. It will be beautiful, Allah, and it's according to the Sunnah of the Prophet. So whoever wants seek the meeting of his Lord, let him do a good deed, and let him do not put partners with Allah, anybody. In the Arabic language, you could use the word innama to deny something or give exceptions. Like La ilaha illallah, there is no God but Allah. Al-Akhdari, he said in his book, the exception could be either, or could be like absolute, like you are a warner, and this is to shorten. But here, it is not absolute. It is partial, because his action is not only on, because Allah sent him as a witness, who will feed in the sake of Allah. In the Hadith of Isra al-Ata, so Allah, he is described in the book, oh, the Prophet, we have sent you as a witness and a warner and a protection to the, you are my servant and my messenger. You are not rough or cursor in the market, and you don't meet the harm with the harm, but you forgive and forget, and Allah will establish or correct the corrected religion, and He will open eyes that's blind and ears that is deaf. Also, Allah said, indeed, this life is play and entertainment. It is for those who preferred it, but itself, no, it's actually wrong. Know that this life, game and enjoyment and pride between you and the abundance of more kids and money, like and in the hereafter there is complete forgiveness and satisfaction from Allah. And what is this life except everything is cursed except the remembrance of Allah or the citation of the Quran. And whomever preferred this life over the hereafter, then the hellfire is his destiny. Indeed, the depends on the intention. Like we're talking about prayers, Hajj, recitation of the Quran. The intention is a condition of the acceptance of the deed. And those who did not put it as a condition, the intention in work is has two ways. The first one to distinguish the habit and Islam. Like you could wash as to clean yourself or to beautify yourself. What's between that and the shower? The intention. If the intention is to beautify yourself, if it is a custom that you're used to do it, that's a tradition, not Islam. So you have to have that intention that you are doing this for the sake of Allah, for this, that. Also, like stopping eating could be a protection for those who have health issues. The difference between the fasting that's obligated and the other one is the intention. Also, the intention differentiate the worship from each other. Example, from the obedience, what is obligation on everybody? The fasting for Ramadan, the Hajj for whomever able to, and so on. From the worship, what could be from the like the janazah and others. And with the intention, they are separated. The Dhuhr is for, the Asr is for. What's the difference between them is the intention. That you intend to do Dhuhr or Asr. But the Akhir was just. With the good intention, the tradition becomes reward. Sleeping, playing. If you use it to energize yourself for the obedience of Allah, then you get rewarded for it. And that's why Allah said when He swore by the time, with the evening, indeed the human being isn't lost except for those who believed, did good deeds. So this, with the good intention, the so they are winners with, and they are intended with to strengthen themselves to obey Allah. From the things that are discussed by the scholars, that there is a rule, the message with its origins. It is one of the big fiqh rule. A summary, intention. It is intention for all good deeds, whether there is correction and bad. It is with the following. In the one of the magazines to explain, they said the rule that is depends on the matter of order. It is with that one. Also, there is a hadith in Medina. There is men. Any place you go, valley, and they will get everything you get reward for. And it is also to good deeds, not the bad deeds. Leaving alcohol, you don't need attention. But to have that intention, you get the reward for it. So, whoever his migration, his messenger, so that. Then it becomes the one of the good deeds, and the migration wipes what's before it. And whomever migrates for the sake of Allah, he will find a lot of ease. man immigrated from Mecca to Medina so he could marry a woman called Qais. He don't need nothing the migration. So he is called the migrant of Qais. So he with this woman of she refused to marry him until he migrated. So he migrated to marry her. So he used to be called the migrant of Qais. Migration in Islam in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, it came in two types. To move from that place of fear to safety, like Al-Habasha and the second Habasha. It was not a Muslim area, but it was a peaceful place. So the weak of the Muslims, and some of the Muslims, this is not to move to a Muslim country, this is to move to a place where you could worship. You have that freedom. The second time, the movement from the place of disbelief to the place of Islam, the place of faith, which is to go from Mecca to Medina and stay until the day of judgment. And we need to indicate about the migration of staying outside the Muslim the country. The American Muslim Jurists Association, they in their eighth conference that is happened in Sokoto, Nigeria, they had this decision about staying outside the Muslim country. He says in it the following: originally, that the person stays in Muslim countries to stay away from any problem, and he cannot leave it except with a good intention, like to seek knowledge or to call for the sake of Allah, or to save practice Islam, or to have sustenance, with the intention of going back if there is a way out back. And it is different from the depends on the condition. It is allowed for those who are capable of showing his religion, and he's safe that he will not be tested in his religion. And whomever migrates for he will find ease. And what hadith of he said, I visited Aisha and I asked her about migration. She said there is no migration today. The believers used to run in their religion to Allah Azza wa Jal and to His Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, afraid that they will be tested in their religion. But today, Allah has exposed Islam, and the believer, he worship Allah wherever he can, wherever he is capable to. But there's jihad and intention. It was said that a Bedouin asked the Prophet ﷺ about migration. So he said, oh, it is a great matter. Do you have camels? Do you pay its zakah? Said, then work beyond the villages. Allah Azza wa Jal will not leave you or not decrease from your work anything. The migration that this Bedouin is asked about to stay in Medina with the Prophet ﷺ and to leave the people. He said, ﷺ said no. And he might not stand still. So, as mercy to him, he said, it is a great matter, but do good in your place and wherever you are. It will be more for you, and you will not be decreased anything. Also, that the Prophet allowed Al-Abbas and Nu'aym al-Nahhan to stay in Mecca. Naham is because the Prophet ﷺ said, I entered paradise and I saw Naim. I heard the cough of this person who is known for his generosity. His people stopped him because of his honor to migrate, because he used to take care of the orphans and the widows. They said, stay with us on any religion and keep what you are doing, take care of our widows. But Allah no one will expose you. We will die in your protection. So he don't need to migrate because his people allowed him. And it is obligated outside Muslim countries for those who need it so he could teach Islam and take care of the Muslim community and to prevent ignorance, and it is forbidden on those that he will be tested in his religion where he will be diverted from it, or to stay where he cannot practice his religion. If he can go back to Muslim countries, is safe on himself, and he's not among the weak. And he's not among those that Allah has put as an exception from the weak, the women and men, from the kids who have no power, and they will not be guided the right way. Bless Allah to forgive them. Also stressed about an important issue that you have to stick and show what you can from Islamic virtues and to be patient of what you go through, because they are the pillar of establishing Islam in these places. And this is then they're required to stay to protect from aggression and to give again. Indeed, all actions are measured by the intention, and every person for whatever he intended to. So whomever migrated to Allah and His Messenger, then his migration to Allah and His Messenger. And whomever migration was for something in this life, or a woman that he will marry, then his migration to whatever he intended. Inshallah, we'll stop here and we'll continue tomorrow with a different